Sagittarius Rising, you truly ride the waves of luck in life, and we will talk about why. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Mina. If you don't know me, I'm an astrologer who loves sharing my knowledge with you guys. If that's something you want to be a part of, smash subscribe for good luck and stay connected with me because I do release weekly videos. And if you haven't already, give this video a thumbs up. It spreads the good work I'm doing throughout the YouTube algorithm, so thank you very much in advance. You guys, we're going to talk about the rising sign, what that means. Let's discuss that real quick. It is not a mask. Not a mask. It is a very strong energy that we're born with that is very unique to us. It is our toolbox. It is our way that we navigate life. It is our psychological lens that we see the world from. It is what keeps us safe. It is what grounds us to this world. It is what explains our fight or flight response in our frontal cortex and our brains. It is a very innate automatic energy that is so us. We wouldn't rely on a mask to protect us to such a high degree. That's so flaky. That is not very strong of an image you want to put out there. That is why the rising sign is so much more than a mask. It is how we behave on a daily basis. It is what keeps us safe. It is what we use to ride the waves of life. We will talk about how Sagittarius Rising sees the world, what you could do to polish your Sagittarius Rising, and if you're interested in a Sagittarius Rising, how you can catch their eye. So stick around. Sagittarius Rising sees the world as an adventure. It sees the world as a map, and they want the treasure. They want that pot of gold. They see the world as a place to explore, hands-on. They are mutable fire, meaning that they have a lot of physical drive, but they have so many directions, so many destinations on that treasure map that they want to go to, that they want to explore. And this is why Sagittarius people in general can kind of burn themselves out, because they want to do everything. And they burn out their physical energy because they just have so much passion and desire to do so many things at the same time. So that's a big part of being a Sagittarius person. You have to learn how to manage that mutable passion. And this passion is often what makes you feel safe. If you don't feel passionate about something, if you don't feel optimistic because you are ruled by Jupiter. Jupiter is the planet of optimism, is the planet of divine faith, is the planet of philosophy and higher learning, higher spiritual understanding. So if you don't feel optimistic about something, if you don't have faith about a situation, then you're not going to be motivated to even explore that destination on your treasure map, Sagittarius Rising. You really are guided by faith and oftentimes are saved from questionable situations by sheer luck, guardian angels. I really do feel like guardian angels watch Sagittarius Rising people closely. So it's a gift from the universe, but it's also a high responsibility because a Sagittarius Rising can really abuse this power, can really rely too much on faith, too much on that divine protection and fall on their face sometimes. So it's really important, Sagittarius Rising, that you don't get too rusty because you are geared towards becoming a master. That's how you feel safe. You gather knowledge from your lived experiences, from following your passions, from following things that you're optimistic about. And you want to expand because Jupiter is the planet of expansion. You want to expand your knowledge on these things that you're so passionate about. You want to get your hands in them. You really want to be hands-on learning these things. You want to add skills to your repertoire over time. And as a Sagittarius Rising, you could get very depressed if you're educationally stagnant. If you're not learning new skills, you could get just very sad, and that drains your superpower because you're most powerful, Sagittarius Rising, when you do stay in an optimistic, positive frame of mind, because you are the manifestors of the zodiac. If you believe it, you can make it happen. That is your special Sagittarius Rising superpower, because you can really see You have this special lens as a Sagittarius rising. When you're navigating situations, you're always prone to see the glass half full. You can see the bright side, the silver lining in any situation, no matter how bad it is, no matter how dark it is. You can see that silver lining. This is your power. This is how you feel safe, because you're always looking for that silver lining and you're always looking for the truth. A Sagittarius rising person feels comfortable gathering truth from all of its many destinations on its treasure map. You want to know the truth about everything, and you can even go to great lengths to uncover this, not like a detective, more like you're going on a spiritual journey to find these truths, because Sagittarius people do not like things based off of lies. You're more motivated to learn and to expand your knowledge on things that you find truthful. Sagittarius rising feels comfortable with the truth, no matter how bad that truth is, no matter how bad it might make them feel, because they will take those truths and they will find the silver lining. Even if it's a bad truth, they're going to find it, but they have to know the truth. They feel like they can't have a good, solid start with anything in life unless it's based on truth with this rising sign. A Sagittarius rising person, because they're mutable fire, they always think, I have an adaptive brain. I don't want to worry about things before they happen, because I have such a strong mind that whatever situation pops up, I know I can pull out some knowledge in my mind, some lived experience to save me in those moments. I count on it being there, and I know it will be there. I have faith that it is there. And that is kind of like their superpower. That's why they're able to be so brave and unafraid in many situations in life, which is pretty cool. Sagittarius rising, you really do have a superpower of putting people at ease through knowledge, because knowledge is your tool to help you survive. You feel comfortable with knowledge, and knowledge that you've touched and felt. So you can be just like in a very bad crisis situation and calm people just with your optimism and your knowledge and your teacher energy. Your willingness to share that knowledge with others is a really soothing presence. Okay, I'm just gonna say it. Sagittarius risings are born with BDE, meaning big energy. Even if you don't have one, even if you are a woman, it doesn't matter. Like, you guys are born with this huge, like Jupiter expands, it's huge, it's big, it likes to overdo things. You're born with this big, like wide-eyed wonder, your big wide-eyed confidence, and you're just not scared of much, and very, very brave. I don't think there's a braver rising sign than a Sagittarius. So because of this, you guys can have some swag, like, and that's what attracts other people to you. Sagittarius rising, your 7th house and descendant is in Gemini. Mutable air, free-flowing air that wants to go everywhere, really free-flowing communication, free-flowing social interaction. That's what Gemini represents. They are the twins. Does this mean that your ideal partner has to be a Gemini? No, it just means that you need someone who doesn't tie you down. Gemini is very independent energy and can entertain themselves for days. You need someone who is not going to force you into a serious commitment, who is going to foster your youthful spirit, who will be the wind in your sails, who will be your adventure buddy, who will keep you feeling young, and who will challenge you. Gemini energy is very like debatey. So someone who will make you debate with them so you can prove your knowledge. You can prove that you really do understand, that you really do have a firm grasp on everything you're passionate about, on everything that you teach others. A Gemini will test you, someone with that Mercury energy. So I think it's really important to understand. Someone who embodies the spirit of Gemini is really going to test you in that way. They're not going to just take your word for it. They're going to endlessly question you. And I think this is good for you. It keeps your fire fresh and alive, and it doesn't tie you down. So it's like you're getting all those points hit with your Gemini 7th house and descendant. How can you incorporate this energy into yourself, Sagittarius rising? Keep freshening yourself up. Make sure that you're filling your brain with new knowledge all the time, because it's only going to refine your own philosophies, your own pedagogy. It's going to keep your knowledge fresh. It's going to keep your BDE strong, because you want to live up to that, right? You're going to be living up to your hype the more you feed your brain. And because you're Sagittarius rising, the more you feed your brain, you're going to act on that knowledge. You're going to test it out with your hands. So this will keep you nice and fresh. And also, don't be afraid to question yourself, because we're all wrong sometimes. And I know with Sagittarius risings, it's hard for you guys to admit you're wrong at times. So Be your own debater. Debate yourself in your mind to keep yourself fresh and alive. And also, don't be above having small talk conversations with people, because that is a way of learning. That is a form of learning, because everyone is like a walking book and has their own lived experience to share. And having those small talk, Gemini-esque conversations with people are something that can really enrich your mind as well. So be open to talking to people of all walks of life, no matter if it's a walk that you might not want to talk to. Always stay open. Keep your brain open with that Gemini energy in order to refine yourself. So you like a Sagittarius rising. How can you catch their eye? Well, for a moment, put your Scorpio glasses on and be a little bit of a detective. Find out what their hobbies are, because their hobbies are the destination that their mind is always traveling to, and they will love sharing those hobbies with you because they're teachers. They love to teach people about things that they love. So be a willing student and be knowledgeable about it. Hype them up, because they're their own hype man, and if you're an additional hype man for them, they will really like that. Show that you have new knowledge to offer them. This will excite them, and maybe be a little bit of a teacher yourself. And I think they really like people who come from different places from them. Now, this doesn't mean different continents. It could just simply mean someone from a different town, someone from a different culture, someone from a different race. They are attracted to things outside of themselves in that way, because if you're outside of them, you are an attractive destination. So they do kind of like people who are different from them, because you will be like an exotic paradise that they will want to explore. They're also a fire sign, so be passionate and show that you're physically built, you're physically able to go on all these adventures with them. They will think that is very attractive. I have a special message for you Sagittarius risings, because I think you're very amazing people. I really look up to you. So there's two types, I feel, of Sagittarius risings. There's the feel-good Sagittarius risings, and there's nothing wrong with that. You know, they're riding the wave of Jupiter, of good fortune and luck. They're experiencing so many things. They're just out to have a good time. Nothing wrong with that. But my favorite types of Sagittarius risings are the Bruce Lee type of Sagittarius risings, who really form their own philosophies, their own pedagogy, and are true masters of their craft. They really created something unique, their own method of teaching, their own skill from all of their lived experience, and they braved through life's unpleasant moments, because as a Jupiter-ruled person, you don't like things that are negative, because you're always looking at the positive. You're repelled by negative people because you feel like it's ruining your magic, it's ruining your vibe. And people like Bruce Lee, those types of Sagittarius risings, they bravely step into that darkness and they will create their own light if there is none, and they will reach their goal. Bruce Lee has a quote that says something along the lines of, having a target isn't like the end destination. It just gives you something to aim for. And something about having something to aim for is what keeps your fire fresh and lit, because you're never done. Because hey, your fire's never going to go away. And that's why I just love Bruce Lee. He never stopped learning. He's never stopped crafting his skill. And he's just such a confident person. He really has learned to manipulate that fire to use in any situation, because as a mutable person, you are adaptable. You have adaptable passion, and he really was able to blend so many things that he loved in order to create his own unique pedagogy, his own unique skill, and had so much confidence in teaching others his skill, his craft. And yeah, I just love him so much, and I think that all of you guys should aspire to be a Bruce Lee type of Sagittarius rising. It's simply the best true BDE embodying type of Sagittarius rising to be. And lastly, I want to end this video off on a personal note, because I have had two very profound relationships with Sagittarius rising people. You guys just love me. I have my Mars and Uranus there, and you're just attracted to me big time. However, we never work out, but we just never work out, you guys, because Sagittarius, I should have mentioned this when I was talking about compatibility, Sagittarius rising people, they don't like negativity, and they oftentimes do not like serious commitments. And again, it depends on the chart, But with my particular synastry with Sagittarius rising people, I have my Saturn there. I'm always going to want something serious out of you. And that's going to just like pop your bubble. I'm here to bust your bubble, and I'm here to make you more mature. And a Sagittarius rising person does not want to be mature. They want to be that constant youthful flame. That's how they feel happy. That's how they feel most in control and safe. They don't want to grow old. They want to be Peter Pan. So I bring this up because this is how unique and interesting synastry is. Because if I had a Capricorn Saturn and I had been with a Capricorn rising person, that energy, that same aspect in synastry would have flowed better, because Capricorn rising people are totally cool with Saturn most of the time and will be totally cool with serious commitments and duty and stuff like that. So I'm just highlighting this just to show you the complexities of astrology, you guys. And if you want a synastry reading, shoot me an email. We'll set it up. And don't want you to feel like I don't love you guys. I love you, Sagittarius rising. We should just admire each other from afar and not take it any further. But let me know what you think in the comments. I would love to hear your Sagittarius rising experience. I think you're very inspirational people. And yeah, I would love to hear from you. So I will see you in the next one. Bye.